Being me was one of the most difficult decisions that I ever made. I can't wait to tell you how I did it, but first, let's appreciate the beauty of being one true self. For some, it may be a word salad, unless you look into the meaning behind each word. Being means existing, presenting, showing what you are. Me is the intrinsic part of one true self, i.e. the individual. It is the part that is concrete with who you are here on earth. The part that has its likes and dislikes, preferences and things it avoids. In a nutshell, the epitome of what you is to you. To others, it's a completely different story. Starting with these two definitions, we can move forward to the marrying of the two. First part is easy. Being me is what I think I am like. Is it favorable or not? Or is it a mix of two? Second part is a bit more tricky. It's the discovery of who you really are. Because there is more than meets the eye. This more is the sparkle we have in us. That is the key to our greater good and development. Some may call it God, some may call it another term that suits their agenda. But I think and feel that it's not something that can be described by words, but can only be felt by the person. We can't rely on others to describe a feeling that is unique to us. By that I mean that each of us has a very own and unique relationship with our own inner being. I can get aboard with this term because it describes something special and specific to our own selves. It's inner, therefore it cannot be anybody else's, it has to be yours. Enough of the word entanglement. Let's try to find a connection to this part of us so many are not in touch with. First, choose a quiet place. Soon you won't need the total silence, but at this point you need all the help you can get. Then sit down in a comfortable position. Cross-legged, on a chair, on a sofa, on a pillow, on a yoga block, no matter what, as long as you're comfortable. The first few attempts may feel strained and forced, but do persevere. Put your hands on your knees, palms ideally facing upwards. Take a deep breath through your nose. Breathing through your mouth is terrible for you. Close your eyes if you want. They can be open, but make sure there is nothing moving in front of your eyes, just a blunt, plain wall. Now move your attentions to your breath, in and out, at a steady pace. If you've never done it before, your breath can be very jerky and not even at all. But don't let that put you off. In and out, in and out. Keep on doing the same repetitive action for a little while. You can at first time yourself, but later on it can become distracting. Best to count in your head to, let's say, up to 50 breaths. Both in and out count as one. Or if you want to further clear your mind, instead of counting, you can just be aware of your fingers and toes. And in your mind, count on them, whatever works for you best. I like to count on my toes and fingers, as then I don't have to track the numbers in my head. At first, you may just about have enough concentration to start and finish the breathing part. That's enough, it's a great first step and you should be proud of yourself. After doing this for a while, you will become at ease with breathing and will be ready to progress. Try not to rush anything, that will only slow down the process and its progress. Now you're ready for the step 2. Feeling your way to where you're at physically, emotionally and spiritually. Don't let that put you off or scare you. It's a very simple process. You just want to see what's the most prevalent feeling in your body at this given time. Is it anger or disappointment or elation? Are you happy or sad, combusting with joy or resignation? One of those feelings will be dominant. Pick one and stay with it. Soon you will see an image in your mind. Not everyone is the same, so some of you may even hear, feel, smell, or taste different stimuli. Just go with whatever is happening. Don't try to change it or question it. It will develop a life on its own if you let it. Now focus on, examine what you are feeling, seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting. Is it good or bad? These very two simplistic terms are only there as guidance towards the overwhelming feeling, sadness or joy. In simple terms, does it make you feel joy or any other feeling that is less than happy? That could be disappointment, anger, frustration, boredom. Happiness is a tricky word in itself because many other emotions can fall under that category. Being at peace, being content, not being frustrated, but being in agreement with what is happening. Being cool with yourself and others, being calm. Being happy is much more than just being elated, which as well obviously has place in our lives. Being happy or not is the main marker of quality in our lives. If something feels good, we're good to go. If something doesn't, it will have spilled over all areas of our life. So, as a rule of thumb, we want to feel better most of the time. Otherwise, our quality of life diminishes or is indeed non-existent. Going back to our exercise, we've done breathing, we've become aware of what we're feeling. What's next? Is the realization, the awareness enough? Yes and no. Yes, because it's a giant first step towards our journey of self-discovery. And no, because the next question is, what do we do with it? First, accept it. Accept this is how you feel at this very moment. Don't place a value on it. Don't reject it. Don't be annoyed by it. Just accept it. Accepting the truth is a very key step in finding out about ourselves. And should not be mad by what we think is socially acceptable or not. Being one with your feelings might sound odd or superficial even, but it allows for the discovery of why we feel the way we do. If I deny that I feel angry or frustrated, what good will it bring me long or even short term? It will only lead me down a path of confusion, denial, frustration, and lies. For how can we be true to ourselves if we cannot be honest with ourselves? This journey of self-discovery can be tumultuous and rocky, but ultimately the only way out of our personal hell. I hope you're finding this helpful, if a little bit long-winded, but I am hoping to describe the process as detailed as possible, so no one feels like they're missing something out. And on this note, I'm wishing you a very good and a productive day, be it spiritually or whatever your endeavors are for today. Peace and out.